And fingers crossed, we are live. Fingers crossed here. I am going to double check everything on my end to see if it is officially going live, and I believe it is. Let me know in the comments if you guys can hear me talking and can see me. Okay. Let's see. Live, and there's no... Okay, there we go. I think it is now properly live. Is everybody seeing it? We're live? Okay, there we go. Can you guys hear me? Is everybody... That's the main thing I want to know is, can you hear me and can you see me? Because we have some awesome stuff that we're going to be doing this morning for the launch of the new Elegoo Centauri Carbon, their Core XY fast 3D printer that I've been playing around with for the past, I don't know, month now, and absolutely loving this thing. I think you folks are going to be in for a lot of fun today as we gear up for the launch at 9 a.m. here in 1 hour for the launch. Can everybody hear me? You can hear me and you can see me, and let's see. Oh, hi, Peter. Oh, I'll remove Peter. I don't know if he meant to join from his phone there. But yeah, so this morning we are going to be doing the live stream kickoff here for the Centauri Carbon. Over the next hour, we're going to be giving you sorts of insights. As you can see, I have things printing here. I'm going to be showing you some things that I've printed. We're going to be live printing things. I'm going to be answering questions. We're going to be bringing on Peter here. Let me add to the stage for a minute. Hi, Peter.
Oh, hi. Sorry. I wasn't mean to join just now. It's just my phone. Sorry. Yeah. Hi, everybody. Hi. It's happy to join.
This is Peter from Elegoo, and we're going to be doing the big kickoff here. Oh no, hold on, my camera. Hold on. Of course, my camera. Oh no, hold on. Give me 1 second. As I'm dropping build plates on the ground. Let me turn this on. Hopefully that helps and doesn't cut out my video.
This bench is very big.
Sorry. Yeah, that is a huge benchy. So yeah, this morning we are going to be going over and answering a bunch of things here with Peter from Elegoo. Most importantly, I think everybody has been eagerly waiting on what is the actual price here for the Centauri Carbon. So we're going to be finding more out about that here this morning, which you can see with that huge banner that he has behind him. And so I think Peter's also got a few other surprises in store for you. We also have a guest from the flight test crew here, going to be talking later on about their little experiment that they were doing with putting a Centauri on a little plane and getting that up in the air, which is pretty crazy if you ask me. And yeah, we just have a lot of cool stuff to cover in this. Peter, did you want to say anything else before I drop you off? I think we're going to bring Peter back on in a little bit to help answer some of your burning questions, some questions that I have, and most importantly, find out what that actual price is, because I'm eagerly waiting on the pricing as well.
Yeah, you've covered it all. I just want to say that I will review the real price later with this banner. So these question marks are stickers. And then later I will peel it off and then review the real price. So stay tuned, everybody. Let's enjoy some speeches from Uncle Jessy first, and then later come back to us for the real price.
I also wanted to mention that this is streaming across, and yes, we are live. I see multiple comments here. Is this live? Is this really live? Philip over on Facebook. Yes, this is really live. We are live doing this right now on the fly. It's streaming across Elegoo's Facebook, Elegoo's YouTube, my YouTube, and I believe Elegoo's also streaming it over on Twitter. And as I mentioned here previously, we do have a print up and running here. Peter, I'm gonna kick you out for the time being so I can talk about the printer. And anything else that you needed, Peter?
Oh yeah, I also want to mention that we will do a giveaway later when flight test team join us, and then we will be giving away this Elegoo gift box. Have everybody seen this Elegoo gift box? Did you share this on your social media, Uncle Jessy?
I did. I shared some of the contents of it.
Yeah, there are many cool things in it. I
Yes.
I want to do a quick showcase. Is that okay with you, Uncle Jessy?
Yeah, go for it.
Yeah, later. It's not easy to open this. It's very
I'm just
big.
drinking some coffee. It's early.
All right. So I just want to show the content of this Elegoo gift box, and so people should stay later after they order the Centauri Carbon, and have a chance to win this.
Trying to crop in on you there a little bit.
Okay, thank you. I'll put it here. So yeah, this is the Elegoo gift box. In it, you will find the 3D printed lamp. It's all printed by our team. Is it with Centauri Carbon? Did Centauri Carbon printed this?
I would assume
Yeah.
so. The detail came out so nice on that lamp. So I would assume it did.
Oh, you can pull out the middle part?
Oh,
How?
I didn't know that.
No. Can you show me?
Yeah, hold on. Let me.
How to pull it? Oh, so you can pull this out and then change. Yeah, you can pull this out and then put some color paper in it, right? Okay, let's move on. Sorry. And you will also find many cool. What's this called? Sorry. Fridge magnets. I thought it's a thing that you put on your chest. All right. So you will get the Orange Storm Giga and the Centauri Carbon. Oh, Centauri Carbon. And maybe an Elegoo. Can you see this? Elegoo. Yeah, a pin. Yes. If Liu told me. Yeah. And also in this box, there are two things in this box. There is a bag, an Elegoo bag to be an Elegoo person. And also a blanket. Can you give me this blanket? I feel like I'm selling this gift box. It's not for sale, sorry. Yeah, and then there is also a blanket. Is it the right direction?
I think so.
All right. Is it correct? Okay, this is the blanket. Yeah. So don't go away after you order the Centauri Carbon. Come back to us for a chance to win this gift box, okay?
That's good. All right, let me get this.
So back to you, Uncle Jessy.
Yeah, thank you. Actually, and one thing I wanted to show off here is printing this little torture test by 3D Print Bunny that has these extreme bridging overhangs. Let me see if I can use my camera skills here to try and zoom in on this live in the stream. I should have figured out a better way to do this, but it does some really extreme overhangs as it's printing here. And we'll check out the print quality of this here in just a few minutes. But this is a really fun, quick, like a 10 to 15 minute print here. I've got, again, a bunch of different things that we're going to be printing on the Centauri Carbon. And again, this is going to allow you to print up to, about 500 millimeters per second. This has let me switch back to me so I can actually talk to you all. This has a build volume of, just like some of the other Core XY machines that we've seen popular out there is the 256 by 256 by 256. It is running on Elegoo's Slicer, which is a clone of Orca Slicer, and we'll be asking some questions to Peter later on about the whole Elegoo Slicer, Orca Slicer integration there and when that might be coming. But it has this nice touchscreen, has a built-in storage system inside this for you to slice files. You can wirelessly send it to the printer. You don't have to have any sort of network connection. You're not going to be using an Elegoo cloud or anything like that for this. It's all directly on your local network, as I know that's become a very popular topic as of late. You might see a little wobble as I'm doing this as well. I covered this in my last video. Yeah, my table is still on casters. I did not remove that. However, I did put a one of these rubber pads under the printer to help it from rocking at all while it's on my uneven tabletop, which is, you know, I think a benefit for everybody involved here. But yeah, let me see in the questions here. Anything that's going on here? Lots of people guessing on what the pricing is going to be. I have my theories as well as to what some of the prices might be for this. I think it's going to be a good bit better than what some of the other folks were estimating it as. We'll see. We'll see. I am very excited for this. I'm also, just like you guys, I have one, but I'm planning on getting another one. So I'll also be trying to order one here this morning so that I can have two of these up and running here for a little print farm setup. And then, yeah, we'll man, the comments are coming so fast here. They are, someone said, yeah, so Brian Coy, will it ship at order time? Yes, I think they're going to cover that in a little bit more detail, but yes, I've been told that they do have units available that will be shipping out if you place your order today. I don't know how many units they have. I think Peter will be helping address some of those questions. One other thing you'll notice here is, yes, it does have a side-mounted spool holder. It's not in the back, so you can feed filament in. The runout sensor here inside. This has a camera on the inside. It can take time lapses for you. And actually, hold on. Let me see if I can pull up this fanciness here. I did make a... Here we go. So if you wanted to get an idea of what the time lapses look like here, here's just a quick example of some of the time lapses that I've gotten off of my Centauri Carbon. Some of these are with just, you know, the small little light that I have here on the inside of mine. And then a few of them you'll see towards the end where I added some other lights on top to give it a little bit better lighting. But you'll get an idea of what kind of time lapses that you can generate from this. There's no mobile app. There's not like, they're not claiming this has AI capabilities or anything like that, as we've seen from a lot of printers that sometimes work and sometimes don't work so well. But this printer has been working so extremely well for me over the past month or so. And I again have to say a big thank you to Elegoo for taking their time with the release of this printer, because this is probably the best 3D printer experience that I've had with Elegoo in forever. And the one of the big things that I had been asking for, because I saw this originally at Formnext, so in the spring of last year, and so that was April, May, and then we just got our hands on it just, you know, a handful of weeks ago. And they've really taken their time dialing in the profiles for this. And there are literally dozens of different print profiles that you have access to, from not just PLA, but matte PLA. What about the rapid PLA? What about silk PLAs? All right, well, they also have their PETGs. This is, since it's fully enclosed, you can do things like printing with ABS or ASA. So you're not just limited to the basics here, or even things like TPU, like the airless basketball that I printed in that time lapse that you saw there. This is also a mask from Yosh Studios. I decided to print this yesterday. This was a quick 10.5-hour print here off the Centauri Carbon. And yeah, it's just, as you can see, it's a Groot mask. So, but yeah, turned out, you know, as expected, really good. I don't know if it'll, you know, it's going to want to focus on my face. There you go. So here, showing you some of the details off of this print as it's printing. Let me see if I can get back to the comments here. Space Whiskers wanted to know, do I like the non-clipper firmware? Yeah, so far it's worked fine for me. One thing that the Elegoo team is still working on is the camera accessibility, making that perform a little bit better. But outside of that, I've been able to wirelessly send my print jobs directly to the printer. I can stop and start prints. I can access my print files, all that directly within Orca Slicer or through the web interface using the IP address of the printer once you get it connected. And again, you don't have to have this printer connected to your network if you don't want to. If you wanted this to be completely offline, you can do that. You don't have to plug it in and connect it to the internet to create an account or anything like that. This is just completely, if you want to have it connected to your network, you can do that. If you don't have to. There is also a front-facing USB if you want to load that in there. That front-facing USB is also how you're going to access your time-lapse files directly on that touchscreen interface there. There's a little, under settings, under camera, you'll see all of your time lapses that it's created for you. While you're slicing files, you can now have access to enabling or disabling the time-lapse function. Bed leveling on this is going to be automatic as well. I know people are always like, it's not automatic. I don't know what it's technically called, but it's you're not dealing with any knobs or anything like that. And I've been getting really smooth print results, which is the most important factor in all of this. One interesting thing that Elegoo does have with this that that I don't think I've really seen, I called this out in my video, but I don't think I've seen on any other 3D printer so far, is they have the ability to capture 2 different bed leveling profiles. So you can go in and designate a bed level A and a bed level B. So their build plate is reversible, and one side has a textured PEI, the other side is a smooth, it's supposed to be more of a cool type thing, cool plate. So you can level both of those and pick and choose between, are you printing on the A or the B side? However, what I've done is also, you're not limited to just the build plate that came with the printer. If you wanted to buy other 3D printed build plates that you wanted to work with that maybe have different textured surfaces, like here's one that I had created custom for me from Ember Prototypes, who makes their own custom build plates. So this fits perfectly in there. I can level, let's say on the option B to this build plate and print directly on it. The other that is wildly popular right now are the cryo grip plates from BQ. So you can also put that on there and level it with, like I said again, the B plate profile. And then if you wanted to just swap between build plates, you're able to do that between the standard one and this one. It's really up to you and how you want to use that and your build leveling. Oh, is this? I think it just finished. Hold on. Oh, hold on. This was, of course, you can't see the print here. Hold on, let me try to get that up and a little bit closer. And then this was a 17-hour print. I can't see my screen, and you guys can't see what I'm looking at. Let me try to not break anything. The plate's still hot. I should probably let this sit for a second, but there we go. And I'm putting the build plate on backwards and touching the build plate with my dirty, greasy fingers. Okay. But yeah, this is from 3D Print Bunny, and you can see here how it does a extreme bridging test here with those print lines. Sorry, I did flex this slightly, which is why you're seeing a dip there in that top one. But it also has those pillars there to test for the wisping. I'm stringing in between the pillars there. So that's looking pretty dang clean. This is, again, just using the default. I'm using Elegoo's matte PLA. So I used their matte PLA print profile, and this turned out pretty fantastic, in my opinion. This was a nice quick one. I'm going to start up another print here. I think, a popular one is the ever popular Benchy that is now back in open source. So I think this comes with if I remember correctly, this is like sorry, I'm cropped way in here. I think the printer has it's like an 18-minute Benchy file on it. So we'll come back to that as it's printing here in just a few minutes. Let me see, timeline wise, we are looking pretty good. I did want to show you again some of the things. that I've printed with this. And so obviously I'm all about printing. You saw probably in that time lapse, this was a big Chewbacca bust from Eastman that I printed. This was a one and done print here on the Centauri Carbon. Oh, one thing I wanted to mention is, so with Elegoo Slicer, since it is a clone of Orca Slicer, they do have the functions in there like make overhangs printable. So if you wanted to play around with that to print things, because I did scale this up even larger and I was concerned about some of the overhangs, so I adjusted that setting ever so slightly to prevent anything from printing with issues there. Eastman makes some just incredible files, though. This was all printed in Elegoo's brown PLA. And then, obviously, I'm a big fan of things like the 3D printed basketball. This was printed in BQ's HR PLA, which is a type of TPU, sort of like a harder TPU, but bounces. I mean, I've got carpeting in here, so it's not going to give the effect as well. But on a nice hard surface, this should be nice and durable. This was, I think, a 3-day print off of this. 2.5, 3 days, something like that. And then I know one of the big questions is printing things in other materials. I'm a big PLA, PETG, TPU person. So, but this was me experimenting and having my first time like really good success with printing with ASA. So all I did was preheat the printer and let that sit for about, I don't know, 15 minutes or so at the, what's it, 80 degrees for the bed, and was able to print this and turned out, you know, nice and smooth. No print issues with this. With their again, they have their own ASA profiles, ABS profiles for the printer. They also have generic print profiles. You can also do your own filament tuning directly in there as well. I was just recently also showing off some of the fine detail 3D prints that you can do. So this was from the Kingdom Come Deliverance 2. The developers of this game released a statue, so I printed this at 0.12 layer height, and this was a 4-hour print here in this apple green filament. Let me see. I have, let's see. Oh, thanks. Yes, yeah. Honestly, I mean, I don't want to say forget the printer because everybody's here for the printer. But if you're not already using Elegoo's filament, you're missing out because it is just, they make some ridiculously good filament that prints so well on every single one of the 3D printers that I use and that I showcase, which is why you probably see me using it so much. That is easily the most purchased filament that I buy all the time. And Elegoo has bulk deals on their websites for their filament. I think typically in black and white, and you can now order, I think 5 kilogram rolls, 3 kilogram rolls, and 5 kilogram rolls. But on Amazon, you can also find some pretty good deals and lots of different color variations, matte PLAs or filaments, different TPU options, PETG options, all the good stuff. Yeah, and this is the one that I'm printing with right here. This is their, I think this is a newer one because this is the first time I ordered this and I'd never seen it before. This is their teal, it's a teal green PLA. So it's like our teal blue, teal. Yeah, it says teal green. I mean, teal's blue, right? But yes, yeah, it prints incredibly well here. This is, right now I've got the Benchy printing. We'll check out the Benchy here in just a few minutes. Here, let me flip the camera to this. I'll crop you in here again. But yeah, this thing is just flying. This was the pre-supplied Benchy that Elegoo, I think, has loaded on the printer that comes with the machine. This is, I believe, if I remember correctly, is a, yeah, it's about a 15-minute Benchy for this to print. And print quality is pretty good. Obviously, I think you could probably print this even faster, but I think they're going for a nice combination of print quality and print speed with this. Oh, there is also, hey, the next layer. What's up, my man? Yes, there is also, let me cut back over to myself here. There is, I need to set up one of those camera switches. I've got one, I've just never set it up, and I'm just going back into OBS and flipping things around. I already squirrel brained myself and forgot what I was going to mention. Oh, that's what I was going to say. The printer does also have multiple speed profile options. This is the standard print setting option. So that's going to print like it's sort of like the basic standard one. There is also a slower speed option, and I should have written these down. I think it's called silent mode. It's honestly not much of a huge sound difference, but it does print slower. So if you need to slow things down, and then they have two other faster print mode options. So you can by default slice something, put it on the printer, and it's going to incrementally increase the speed of that print as it's printing and allow you to print things either faster or slower depending on the print quality that you're looking for. So maybe you're trying to do a quick prototype and you don't really care about the print quality. You can throw that into the hypersonic print mode or whatever that's called, ludicrous mode, I think is what it's called, and it will print a little bit faster, or depending on what you're printing, it could print significantly faster. But for things like a Benchy, there's only a small time difference between these, but I think it's again because it's such a small print file. Let me see here. Do I have the price? No. They're killing me here with this. I need the price just as much as you guys need the price. I've got my credit card ready to go. I think this is, again, my theory on this is I'm hoping it's a good bit better than everything else. Oh yeah, and then here's reminding me that, yes, in just a few minutes, we will be taking a look at that here and seeing what the actual price is. Peter's going to do some little fun reveal here on this poster, and if you guys haven't been around Peter, this gentleman is a treat. He's a lovely human being that is a fun little goofball. Yes, and Dan, Peter will indeed be telling us the price here in just a few minutes. Oh, I can't hear you, Peter. Oh, never mind. Yeah, my card is ready too. Let's see. How's the print quality? Print quality is fantastic. Hold on. Let me get up close again. I'll show you some of the things that I printed. Let me swing around front here and see if I can get this to circle in. So this was, we'll get into some questions with Peter here in just a few minutes. Hopefully this will focus on the Fozzie Bear. He's not going to want to focus, is he? It's okay. This worked previously, so maybe this will... I think this thinks it's a face. There we go. So this is the Groot mask that I printed. I printed this last night and before the stream, and this was printed at 0.24 layer height. And this was a 10.5-hour print here, and in this matte filament. It did have supports for the eyes and then in the back of the head here. You can see where I did not print supports up here for helmets and things like that. I almost never print supports on the inside dome area, but in general, this turned out really good for such a quick print. Yeah, we'll be talking about spare parts and accessories as well. So, Nabi, I'm horrible with names, by the way. So if I apologize in advance if I butcher anybody's names when they're asking comments. But yes, Peter will also be. I have some questions specifically about accessories, things like hot ends, different nozzle sizes, build plates, that sort of thing. Like if you wanted to buy extras or different options that Peter will hopefully be answering for us. Yeah. Oh, and then how easy it is to, are the nozzles quick to change? What material nozzles are available and the nozzle sizes? Yes. The last two I'll be asking Peter about so you can hear directly from the horse's mouth. Is that the term? I don't know. That's a weird, you'll hear from Peter, not calling Peter a horse, but yes, the whole assembly, there's two screws. If you go back and watch one of my previous videos, actually, I think my last two videos on the Centauri, I show this specifically. There are two screws that hold in the hot end assembly. You take those two screws out, and then there's two cables. One is the thermistor, the other is the heater, I'm assuming. I'm not good with technical stuff on the printers. You can unplug those, swap that out, plug in a whole new assembly, and be up and then obviously replace the screw that you took out in those cables. But it's a really quick and easy process. The front cover for the printer isn't magnetically held in place. It's sort of latched in place, and you can lift it on and off. So I'm not really concerned about that popping off at any point in time here. Let's see. Oh, I did want to see if I could. Will this work? Here is the ASA print. So this was the ASA print. This is an Elegoo's ASA. I believe this is the side that was printed on the flat on the bed. This is a file from Clock Spring 3D. Everything is print in place and, you know, turned out really good and clean, in my opinion. Yes, here's the, oh, sorry. I think maybe this is the bed side. I don't know which one is. Is the PEI sheet metal? I mean, it's not cardboard, so yeah, it's it's the same. I don't know what the material is because it's one side is that textured PEI and then the other is the other. Sorry, this is not the build plate that comes with this, but it's the same kind of build plate material surface finish that we've seen on some of the other printers that are out there. It's a hardened steel nozzle for the Peter, right? For all of the
it's a hardened steel nozzle tip. For
yes.
the tip, it's the hardened steel. Yeah.
Okay. Well, now that I've got you here, get your booty back in here, young man.
Sorry. Hey, here. Yeah. Do you want me to answer some of the questions?
Yeah. Let me ask you some of the questions. I'm gonna let this print while we're answering questions here. But I think the big one is obviously the pricing that we'll get to in just a few minutes. But what about things like if people order today, are there units available to ship today?
Yeah, so I checked with my colleague about this information because I want to share as much as I can with all of you. So here are the information that I get from my team. So there are already a limited quantity available in the US warehouse. So if you order now, you might get it real quick. Just wait to the shipper to ship to your house. But for other places such as Canada, Australia, UK, and Europe, and Japan, you might need to wait a while to maybe in late March, we might ship the printers out. Yeah, and after that, it's early order, early get. Yeah, we will have different batches every month. So if you buy early, you will be in the first few batches, and then you will get the printer early. I hope that you can understand that.
Yeah, no, that makes perfect sense. And then, so again, what kind of? I know I've answered it, but I think people still want to hear it directly from not me. Is what kind of materials can people print with on the Centauri Carbon?
Yeah. You can print a lot of material on it. Like it's called Centauri Carbon. So of course it can print carbon fiber material. And then I have also personally tried to print ASA and ABS and PETG and basically every filament that we have here in our studio. Yeah, I actually printed a little benchy with 9 different materials. But I did this manually to change the filament. So it's like a little cake. It's quite cute. I will take it later to show you guys. Yeah, it's quite cute. Yeah.
Well, that's cool. And then, it does have, hold on, let me jump back over here as this is continuing to print. I wanted to pull this out. One thing that I loved was Elegoo includes this little print file. So not only does it have the benchy that you normally find, but it also comes with like what is this? A razor blade type thing and a printable build plate cleaner upper scraper doodad here that you can print, and then the screws that you need to assemble that. But they've also included a mini Centauri that you can print. And
so people have been asking if we will have other sizes. See, this is a Centauri mini. Centauri
the
mini.
mini
Here
Centauri.
you are. If you get a Centauri Carbon, you can get a Centauri mini.
Is it gonna wanna? It's not gonna wanna. But yeah,
sorry.
this just this for anybody that doesn't this slot, you can print this and then slide it onto the back. And this is literally, I've been printing almost every single day, and there's nowhere near as much poop as I would have expected. But the big question is, you know, since it's pooping, are we going to get like a multicolor thing? I know people have posted. I think that Elegoo commented or replied to someone on a comment on Facebook. But you know, people want to know: are we officially going to be getting any kind of multicolor capabilities here for the Centauri?
Yeah, so I really want to share this with you. So I make sure 3 times this day to so I can tell you, Elegoo will be having an AMS this year. For other information, please stay tuned.
So it sounds like it's actively in the works, which is great to hear. Which is great to hear.
Did you say?
I said it sounds like it's actively in the works, which is great to hear. Take your I would say obviously people want that sooner rather than later. However, just like this, please take your time with it so that it works just as well as this does.
All right. So I think it will come sooner than you think. I'm just saying this year, so you will have a lower expectation, but it might come sooner than you think. That's all I can say.
All right, that's exciting to hear. And then, the other big question that I had specifically around that I heard from a few other people on Facebook was asking is, so when the multicolor system comes out, is it going to work with this machine right here? Like, is it going to only work with, is it going to be with a new, like, do I have to get a new machine, or is it going to work with this machine?
Well, that's why I asked 3 times today, because I didn't get a very confirmed answer. But my thought is that it has a poop chute. So why else a poop chute if it cannot support AMS, right? So that's my thought. That's my thought.
Okay. Started drinking some coffee. Some other things that I saw people asking in the comments as well is I mentioned Elegoo Slicer, which is, you know, Elegoo has I think smartly, if you're gonna make your own slicer for ease of use purposes for new users getting started with 3D printing, take Orca, copy it. Make it your own, so to speak, but it works really, it's basically Orca. And I think a lot of folks that are big Orca Slicer users, myself included, want to know, is Orca Slicer, you know, they want to hear it from you guys, not from me. Is Orca Slicer in the works? Are you guys talking with them? Can we see the Centauri at some point work like directly in Orca Slicer?
Yeah. So I want to say a little bit about our Elegoo Slicer first. It has been open source as of today. You can check that at our GitHub community. Yeah, so Elegoo Slicer has been open sourced. And then for the Orca thing, we are already talking with the Orca team to let them test Centauri Carbon so they can support it in Orca. So it might take a while, but yeah, we have a very positive feeling on this, that Orca will support Centauri Carbon, but it will take a little bit of time. So maybe when they get it, Orca will support it, right? Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, I mean, I know that at least I'm not, I typically don't jump into like the beta releases of anything or the active builds, but typically I'll wait till whatever the next version is that they roll out, and they usually have newer, other new machines that have rolled out. So I'm fingers crossed we'll see that here with one of the future Orca updates. But I can say that the for anybody that does pick this up, the Elegoo slicer itself just, I think, works. It's honestly just feels just like Orca, and works just as well. I mean, I'm seeing all the same stuff in there. So
I want to show
really
you a print that my colleague bring me just now. Can the camera help me zoom in on this? So this is a print that I did, Benji. Can you see that? Yeah, zoom in more, more. Or maybe I will take it to the camera.
I don't think Peter realizes we can't hear him when he's away from the microphone.
Sorry about that. sorry. Here, this is the Benji. So I printed it with 9 different materials. From the bottom to the top, it's 9 different kinds of materials. So the bottom one is the red one. It's TPU. It's TPU, and then up the middle colors I don't really remember. It's all PLA, and then the silk, the purple one, it's silk. Yeah, the purple one, it's silk. And then the deep blue one is carbon fiber. And then the top, how should we say this? What's this? The top part, it is ASA. Yeah, so this Benchy is printed in 9 kinds of different materials. I think it's pretty cool.
That is pretty
cool. I did it before a holiday. Yeah. So I really hope that after the ANS come, I don't need to like manually change the filament and then be able to print this kind of special model. Yeah.
Excellent. And then just nice. Yeah. I saw that the comment in there. Yes, you can. There is directly an Elegoo slicer, just like you have an Orca slicer. There are filament tuning profile options. So with each of those profiles, if you wanted to further refine those or build your own print profiles, you can do that directly in Elegoo slicer, just like you can in Orca slicer. So it doesn't look like they've taken any of that out or moved it around or anything along those lines, which is exciting to hear. Peter.
Yes.
Okay.
I know what you want to ask.
You think you know what I'm going to ask? You think you know what I'm going to ask? Because I mean, it's what everybody wants to know is, what the heck is the price, man? Give me the price. Give me the price.
If you want to know the price, let me know in the comment. Shall we do it now? Shall we know the price now? Let me know.
I've been waiting since April. Since
Uncle Jessy says show us.
I've been waiting
since
to know the price? The first time I saw this in California at that at the 3D printing conference. I've been waiting to know what the price is for this thing.
Show us the money. All right, I think it's time. Like it will be on order like in 17 minutes. So now it's the time to reveal the final price. Oh, I also want to say that the price guessing event on our social media will end now because we are revealing the price. Okay, just an announcement. The price guessing will end now. Okay. All right, it's time. Are you ready? Hey, yeah.
I've been ready.
Confetti ready. Get that confetti ready. So we'll release the first digit first. Okay, we release the first digit.
Let me take this down. Let me try to zoom in on you here.
Oh, no worries. Our cameraman will do it. Let me put this board here so it's clearer, okay?
Hold on, let me do this. There we go.
Can you see this? Can you see this?
Yes. Right. Just lift it up a little bit. Can you move the Benchy out of the way?
Oh, yeah, sure. I'll put it here. Yeah. How's this?
That's good. I can see it clearly. Hopefully everybody else can see it clearly.
Maybe also. All right. Are you ready? Let's go. All right. Let's release the first digit. This is the first one, right? This is the first one.
Okay.
Let's see what the first digit is. Dun, 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 dun. It's hard to peel off. All right. The first digit is
A 9.
9.
Okay.
Oh,
All
3. I
right.
see 3. I see 9. Okay. Is
Okay.
it consistent with your guess? So Uncle
I
Jessy,
yeah.
what's your guess? What's your guess? If you guess
My
it right,
guess.
maybe we will give you another one.
I saw lots of people saying $4.99 or
Yeah, we see that a
$5.99. I
lot
think
too.
$5.99 is going to be too high, is my guess. $4.99, I think, was a lot of folks' guesses. Mine was $4.29.
$9.99.
Was
Yeah,
four
$9.99.
was $4.29 was the price I was guessing. So
All right. Yeah.
like
Okay.
400.
So let's see the second
450.
digit. Okay. Let's see the second
Okay.
digit. Let's see.
Am I
Sorry.
right?
The
Is it a
speaker is
2?
little bit
2?
firm. Let's see the second. Dun 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 dun.
You guys should have
Oh my
used a
God.
little bit less
It's
sticky
really so
tape
hard.
for that.
All right, are you ready? 3,
Yep.
2, 1. The second
Okay.
digit is also
9.
9.
So,
What
okay.
currency? As you can see in here,
All
there
right.
is a
I
US
can't
dollar
imagine.
sign here.
Yeah, I can't imagine with all the hype that you guys have been doing
All
that
right.
this is going to be $4.99.
Oh, yeah.
It's got to be either. I'm guessing maybe it's got to be $3.99.
I don't know, Uncle Jessy. I don't know. See, my face was like this when I see the price. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
Sorry.
All right, hold on. Well, before you do that, let me get my credit card ready. Sorry.
All right.
All right.
Let's see. I see a lot of $3.99 and $4.99. So it's time, really. Sorry to keep you waiting for so long. Since when did we review this? Like last year in June,
Oh,
like
my
in
goodness. Yes.
PCT, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Sorry to keep you waiting so long. So here is the answer. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Go.
Eagerly waiting.
All right. Later. I want to do it like a clean peek.
Oh, you don't want to cheat it, huh?
All right. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
5, 4, 3,
2,
1.
1.
Here is the price.
$2.99. Okay.
So the price of Centauri Carbon is $299.99 in US dollar. Here is the final price. Sorry to keep you waiting for so long.
That is significantly better than what I was anticipating.
Wow, the comment blew up. No way. Holy moly.
I also love that there was like a million posts of it being $500. I was like, no. It's got to be like $400, right? $450 something. $300. That's going to be a little nutty. That's crazy.
The Doom of Betslinger, right? The Doom of Betslinger.
You guys were not lying with that video about the Doom of Betslinger.
Right, so this is the price in US dollar currency for our US store. I also want to keep you updated with the price for our other stores. So for our UK store, it will also be $299.99. So in UK, that would be in pounds. And for Europe, that will be $329.99 euros. Okay. Sorry, let me put the price balloons here first. Yeah, so the first is 2. Here. 2.
Oh my gosh.
Can you stick to the wall? Okay, get more stickers back here, okay? Yeah. So like I was saying, in Europe, that will be 329.99 euros. And in Canada, that will be 449.99 Canada dollar. I'm sorry, I don't know what the currency in Canada is. And in Australia, it will be 699.99 Australian dollar. And in Japan, that will be 60,000 yen. Yeah, 60,000 yen. So that's the price for all of our stores here. So it will start from $299.99 in our US store.
That is crazy.
Crazy, right? Like this is the face when I hear the price. I only hear it last week, so it was quite a shock to me too.
So, Peter,
Yeah.
I still need to know, are we gonna like what about are there gonna be other things like are there any accessories available or anything like that? Or what else can people expect? What else and you mentioned before this goes live that you might have a little bit of another surprise to mention to folks as well.
Yeah, of course. One moment. Let's see if this balloon can stick to the wall. Yeah, it sticks quite well because people likes it too. We like that it starts with a 2, right? 2. Oh, you can't see the balloon. Here, it's a 2. Yeah, 2. All right. Can you help me hold the microphone so I can show? Yeah, so Uncle Jessy, we will also have other accessories available. So like this is the first one. This will be a dual-sided PEI plate pack. There will be 3 kinds of PEI plate in it with pattern, right? With pattern. The first one is it's a diamond pattern,
Oh,
right? So this will be available. This is a diamond pattern, and this is a star pattern, and this is a carbon fiber pattern PEI plate. This will also be available as soon as Centauri Carbon goes live, but the availability might be later. Sorry, the availability might be later. And also, we will have different sizes of nozzles available. So you get a 0.4 standard size that comes with Centauri Carbon. And also, we have three sizes available: the 0.2, 0.6, and 0.8 available in our store too. And also, in case of tragedy, we will also have a spare hot end. And what's this? Oh yeah, right. So this is an anti-vibration feed. I think you need it, Uncle Jessy.
I do. I do. I got a mat there that I put under mine.
Yeah, we need to send you one later. So
I know.
This is
I need all those accessories
to put under the Centauri Carbon, so your desk won't move so much. Yeah.
Yeah.
And the last one is a glue stick pack. I know.
Okay.
Sorry, we have this, but it's for some people who might be using some kind of filament that might warp a little bit.
Yeah.
They might need this. This is
also it's good for these as well. If you're printing things like TPU, so it doesn't weld to the build plate. That's a good thing to use to prevent that.
Yeah. So for the accessories, this will also be available later, like in 7 minutes. Later, but the availability might be later, not the same time as Centauri Carbon. It might come later. So you can
so might ship it. The accessory might ship at a different time. Oh yeah.
So
Chad wants to know: is it a special price, or will this always be the price? Like, is this an early bird price, and is the price going to go up?
You mean the $299.99 price?
Yeah, $299.
Well,
yeah.
I think it's like Elegoo has always this is not from Elegoo. This is from me. The Saturn 4 Ultra price has always been that. It never goes up, it never goes down. So my opinion is you don't need to worry about it, right? You don't need to worry about it. All right. That's just my personal opinion. Sorry. I need to make sure with that with my colleague later. The $299. I don't think you need to worry about that. Yeah. So I think in 6 minutes, people will be ordering this. So I also want to say that we have a surprise prepared for the viewers in the live stream. We have a surprise prepared. So even though that the price is already very low, I still managed to get a special discount for the dear viewers in the live stream. So if you want to buy this, we also have a special discount. I will try to type that in the comment, right? Let's see. Special discount. So let's see. The discount code is CC Live. And then CC Live. Oh, sorry, one moment. I need to check the discount price to get it right. CC Live.
By the way, as Peter's doing this, we're going to be once it goes on sale, we're going to let you guys go in and do your ordering thing. And we're going to come back. We have the flight test team here that's going to talk about how they put the Centauri Carbon on a plane. And I'm not like an airplane, like a model plane, and tried to fly this. And yeah, we're going to hear about the results and how everything went with that little experiment that I'm excited to see more on.
Yeah.
All right, there is the code.
Is the code. Can you see that in the comments? Even though it's $299.99, you can still get a $10 US off or equivalent currency for your store. To get a 10% off with this code. All right. So
just make sure you put in make sure you put in for that code there. That is a 0 and an O, not 2, not 20. It's not 100. It is a 10, and then the word off altogether.
It is Centauri Carbon CC Live 10 off. Yep. It's $10 US or equivalent currency off the original price. But it will be a limited quantity. All right, it will be a limited quantity. Not everyone can use it. So if it's unavailable, that means that people already use this code. It will be a limited quantity. All right. It's $10 off. It's already cheap. Don't make us broke. Okay. It's already very cheap.
Hey,
if you get 10% off, we will lose money.
You're giving a discount code to everybody. Don't expect them to not use it.
Sorry, it's only $10 off. Okay.
Yeah. APD, yes, we did discuss there will be an AMS system coming later, sometime in 2025. They did not give a specific date on the AMS or just a multicolor system for this. Since it poops, it will do that. Peter, any other little surprises or anything else that you wanted to call out before the sale starts here in the next 4 minutes?
No, I don't think so. It's already very exhausting to announce these surprises. I'm already exhausted. Yeah, first it's like, oh my God, what's this price? Oh my God. And then we still get another $10 off. Oh my gosh, I can't believe it.
That is a good deal. That is a good deal. Also, I'm excited to see all the accessories that will be up there. So I'm also, by the way, not just so everybody's aware, as soon as this goes live at 9 o'clock, I'm also going to be fighting with you to buy one of these for myself. So I already have one, but I need a little bit more to update my print farm setup here. I will not be trying to use one of the codes though, but I will be fighting you over one of the placement for one of the CCs.
Yeah, okay. So I think I will give some time to the viewers to get the order now, and I need to clean up my table. So I'll just remove myself a little bit.
As folks are doing that, here I will. Oh, there we go. Perfect. Here's the Benchy that finished printing. Let me just double check to see what time that took to finish. That was a 15-minute Benchy here. I don't know if it's gonna focus. It's focusing on the printer. It's not wanting to focus. I'll use the other camera. Hold on. 2 minutes away, folks. 2 minutes away, but wanted to share this print with you that we did while we were talking. I have some other prints that we will be loading up and printing as well. So here is the Benchy that printed here in this teal green filament. And as just another example, again, here was that torture test that we printed live on this as well. Did really good. Again, just using the basic matte PLA profile that Elegoo has for their filament. And again, they have a whole bunch of generic profiles for different materials that you're working with, not just PLA. There's literally tons and tons and tons of different filament options here. So again, this starts in a minute. If you need to, head over to the Elegoo website, check that out. Again, their code CCLive10 off is the discount code for $10 off your order for the live stream. Again, I'm not clear on how many of those coupons are available, but try it when checking out and you might be able to get an extra $10 off. But that is an insane price of $299.99 for the Centauri Carbon. This is just a beast of a fully enclosed Core XY 3D printer for under $400. That's insane. That is honestly shocking. I was truly expecting 400, 450 for this. So yeah, we'll be jumping back here. And again, make sure to come back. We have the flight test team here that we're going to be talking with. We'll give you guys a few minutes to place your orders. Knock on wood, everything goes well with the website and the ordering process for everyone. And if you need so, there are some links, hopefully in the chats and in the video where you can pick up the printer for yourself. I have my site ready and I am refreshing. I'm assuming the page by now. Very cool. Sorry, I'm also I'm also picking up the printer as well here. Okay. Is it working? You got mine. Go to Elegoo's website, elegoo.com, and it should be right on the homepage of the website for you to click buy now. And it should bring you to a page where you can pick that up for yourself. Let's see. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna grab some of them feet and 2 of those. Pay with PayPal. Sorry, I'm also checking out, folks. That's while I'm not talking to you, I'm trying to purchase my own as well. So, I mean, I will wait a minute before I put mine through to make sure you guys get yours. But I'm not just a I'm not just a spokesperson for Elegoo, but I'm also a user. What is that hair club for men that used to run commercials years ago? Oh, need a phone number. Cool. All right, my face is a little red here, as you can see. Oh, how's the first layer on this machine? Yeah, first layer on this is great. I printed this yesterday as well. It's just a big flat print in place mechanical hand. Oops, sorry, I printed this way, was on the flat side. And first layer is laid down extremely smooth. It does a great job at laying down the first layers on the print bed for this printer. Actually, I think the flight test team also has a flat print that they're going to be showing off as well, that you can see how that printed on it. But yeah, in general, it does a really good job. Or if you wanted to see, trying to see something that was big and flat here. Now it's all textured. Sold out. Hopefully there's still page not found. Oh. I'm going to also do this. If you're on the shop and you're keen viewers, There are also some other interesting products that are up for pre-order as well. I'm not 100% sure if they're supposed to be up for pre-order or not, but there are some cool little add-ons on the store there if you haven't already seen, if you go into the Elegoo shop under the Centauri series. Emphasis on the Centauri series and not just Centauri Carbon. But it is it does look like it's a pre-order. Sorry, I'm checking this out live as you all are. Peter, folks are saying it's sold. Are they still able to purchase it and like get a order on hold? They're basically saying people are saying that it's sold out and they can't purchase it.
I don't get my network available here, but my colleague has been away from the studio to check with our website. So sorry, 1 minute. And also,
Yep.
I see people asking about a Centauri, not Centauri Carbon. Yeah, we also have a not enclosed one, not enclosed Centauri, just Centauri. It starts from 199.99, and but the availability will be very late, maybe like in July or September. Yeah, the availability will be late for Centauri, not Centauri Carbon. Yeah, I see people asking about that. About the pre-order thing, my colleague is asking the website now.
Ooh la la. How can I do this? Just making sure my address isn't here. Sorry, give me 1 second. I'm making something and putting it up here. Sorry, I know this is the lull here in the stream, folks. This is the joys of things here. Let me do this. Add over. No, not an overlay.
So my colleague told me that we made an update on the page. Please refresh the page, and then it will be available for pre-order. Please try refreshing the page. And people are asking about the $10 off code. I think at this stage it has already been used very long ago. Yeah, I don't think it because the code is limited quantity.
Yep. Here's
this is the Centauri.
Yeah, here's the Centauri that's also up for pre-order on their site as well. So for $199.99, the doorless, sideless version of the printer. Great for printing things like if you're just typically printing with PLA, TPU, or PETG, and you don't need the full enclosure for printing advanced materials like ABS or ASA. So that should be up on the site as well. And it sounds like they have fixed the issue, so you should be able to pre-order it now, and it should no longer be sold out. Sorry, I'm also on here trying to do this. Peter, yeah, it's still showing as sold out. We might need to wait a minute, folks, for it for the site to update. There's an email me when available, but it's also showing as sold out. I need, let's see. Mao, yeah. For me, yeah, ABS. I've never even printed with ABS before. In all of my years of 3D printing, I've never printed with ABS. I just know it's like a really stinky material to print with, and I've never printed with it before. I've printed twice now, or a few times with ASA recently. On this machine was the easiest so far, and I printed it on one other machine that I didn't have much success with. This was just using the standard profiles, and it worked great. This does have a built-in. So I'm dropping masks on the ground. This does have a built-in. It's like a crystal filter. I can't remember what the filter is called that's built into this. That's going to help with the fumes when printing with things like ASA, which did a great job because my wife didn't complain, which was fantastic. Let me hide that. Okay, I'm refreshing to see if hopefully this is, sorry folks, I'm trying to also get in here and check this out just like everybody else. There's the Peter, I'm also getting a page not found. If you go to the Centauri Carbon, there's a Centauri Carbon link, and then it says buy now. It throws a page not found for your team to take a look at. I'm assuming just one of the other links on the page isn't working. If you go to 3D printers is the best place I think that I've found so far for this.
Yeah,
that link.
Because the stock is changing very rapidly. We need to renew the listing every time after the whole batch is sold out. So please wait a second so our colleague can refresh the listing, and then you can refresh your page, and then you'll be able to buy that.
Yeah, both printers, both the Centauri Carbon and then the Centauri. I have the add cart function available now. It's no longer says sold out. But keep in mind, anybody that's picking up the Centauri, the doorless version, as Peter said, that version's not going to ship for quite a while. So probably till sometime, it sounded like later this summer or September.
July.
So keep that. Yeah, July or something like that. So yeah, and then this one here, this is the Centauri. Right now, the standard one that I'm printing with here, or the one that I have up, is that's $299.99. At least on the page as I'm viewing it right now, it might have changed since then. It says that it's the pre-order status and should ship before April 30th of this year, obviously, which is cool. So it looks like that's back up and working for anybody that did not get in on it. You should be able to get in on it now, which is cool. But yeah, I mean, awesome. You're going to have a lot of fun. For anybody that picks this up, not only is the price amazing, but the printer itself has just worked phenomenal so far. Like I had a handful of notes for the Elegoo team, but it was mostly like I need I need to add another chamber light in here. I'm already looking at 3D printed mods that I can do, maybe like a bigger spool holder for one of those 5 kilogram or 3 kilogram rolls on the side here. Things like a riser. I know people have built risers for other 3D printers. So if you wanted like a different ventilation system, you can do one of those. There's lots of options. I think people are going to have a wild time with this printer, and just the print quality that you're getting out of it, the speed that you're getting out of it, and everything's just really nicely fine-tuned with all the different profiles that Elegoo has built out. And the best part is we can continue to refine and improve on those. And in fact, Peter, I think you guys have sent me so far, I think 4 slicer updates so far. And I've gotten 1 or 2 printer firmware updates as well since getting this. So that's great to see as well that they're, continuing to iterate and take feedback that we have. Elegoo sent this machine out, not just to me. I know I'm one of the louder voices out here when it comes to Elegoo, but I counted, I don't know, Peter, I don't think you guys officially said anything, but I went on YouTube yesterday because I saw someone's comment on Facebook, and I went and spent like 10 minutes scrolling through all of YouTube, search Centauri Carbon. You guys sent this out to a ton of like content creators I just looked on YouTube, and I'm sure more people that post on Instagram and TikTok will have gotten some and posting there. But specifically on YouTube, I think there was about like 60 people, that different channels, large and small, that had gotten these to provide, make videos, build projects, and just to show off, which was fantastic to see. It wasn't just the typical, it's not me, the 3D printing nerd, frankly, builds, some of the larger channels that are out there with 3D printing. You also sent this to a lot of the other smaller community members, which is awesome to see. And I love seeing that and seeing some of the projects that they're building and their thoughts on the machine as well.
Yeah. So maybe that's why it was worth the wait, because we really want to refine it to a more advanced level and let it to be prepared, and then we can send to people to test.
Well, yeah. And I should also mention that it hasn't, like, the overall look of it hasn't massively changed, but there's definitely I can go back to, if I think back to when you guys showed it to me in detail at Rapid TCT last spring, the first time I saw it, there has been improvements that have been made. There has been changes that have been made to this, so which is cool. So, order 12. Jeez, Louise, save some for other people, my man.
Somebody said order 12.
You ordered 12.
Yeah,
I hope you used my affiliate link for that 12 orders.
So
I gotta feed my
see
family.
some questions. Yeah. So I see some questions, and we will have different nozzle sizes available. It should also be in sync with our Centauri Carbon release. It should be available in our website now. The 0.2, 0.6, and 0.8.
Oh.
The nozzle. Well,
okay.
I'll check too. Can you give me my keyboard? I'll check our website now. Yeah, I'm leaving the chance for you to order it.
Okay, thank you for calling that out, because I am now going on there and ordering some nozzles. Don't mind me. Don't mind me. I'm just going on here and ordering some more stuff. Again, I not only do I make videos using Elegoo's products, but I also do buy a lot of Elegoo's products, a lot of the filament, and you'll soon start seeing me buying a lot of these accessories as well. I'm not only a user, or not only, what was I trying to say? I don't know what I was trying to say. I'm rambling at this point. I did want to bring on, Peter, do we want to bring on Livestream at this point and talk about?
Yeah. Sure. Yeah, I think if you have successfully ordered, could you let us know, or are you still struggling with the order? Let us know in the comments. Did you manage to order, or is it still a trouble? Ordered. Yes, I did order. All right. So I'm trying to give them more time if they haven't been able to order it yet. You said it's so. Hey, Uncle Jessy, it seems like your mic has been disconnected. Your mic. We cannot hear you. Is your mic like?
Can you hear me now?
Yeah. Oh, it's okay now.
Can someone get me a coffee? Another coffee?
No, yeah, you can go get some coffee.
No. What I was saying was,
I will invite the flight test team.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sorry.
Yeah. I was just going to mention what I was saying before when I was muted. Paul had asked in the comments about buying the other nozzles. He wasn't seeing them. I saw them when I clicked on the Centauri printer itself. On the right-hand side, it was showing different accessories that I could order. So the build plates, the nozzles, and then there's a drop down to choose what size nozzle that you wanted to order extras of. So, and I think they're the full, Peter, they're the full assemblies, right? It's not just the nozzle. So it's the quick swap option, I believe, on the website.
Let's see. I need to make sure of that. So I think that we can invite the flight test team to the stage at 20. Is that okay with you?
Yeah. I mean, that's like in 1 minute. That works for me.
Yeah. Give them 1 minute to order it. Like.
Thanks, Mark. Also, I like Peter. I like the comment that was earlier. There was a bunch of guys. Is this live? Is this really live? No, this is not pre-recorded. If this was pre-recorded, we'd have like a much better flow and organized with this whole thing.
Well, they must have missed my dramatic prize announcement thing. Where is the board? Can you give me that board? They must have missed this part. I mean, how can it be so dramatic when it's not live, right? Yeah.
Yeah, the best part is you in the corner of that poster.
Yeah. Well, my colleagues specifically asked me to add this. Originally, I wasn't. I was just like doing this part. And then she was like, you should add your face on it. I'm like, okay, let's try that.
By the way, I like that. I like Peter was, we've got a good little rapport going here. I'm going to be very excited to see you again. So hopefully you'll be coming stateside to one of these 3D printing conferences so I can give you a big hug after the stream.
Yeah, I hope so. I hope I can meet you sometime.
I know. Do we want to bring on Stefan? Hopefully I'm saying your name right. Flight test.
What's up, everybody?
Hey, how do I? There we go.
Hi, Stefan from Flight Test Team. So I don't know if our viewers know that, but the Flight Test Team has challenged us to like put Centauri Carbon on a plane, on a model plane, and then let it fly in the sky, and then to test if it can print in the air, right? If it can print in the air. So I don't know if you know that. They released the video yesterday, so you know the result of their, should we say experiment? Is it an experiment or a project? You know how that goes. Yeah, and also we did guess the result giveaway on our social media too, so you'll be able to know the answer if you watch their video. Yeah, so Stefan, can you hear us okay?
Yes, I can. Perfectly.
Yeah. So we are really excited about this project. And so can you tell us a little bit about how the flight went eventually?
Of course. Yeah. So obviously it was fantastic being able to partner with you guys. The printers are phenomenal. Just let's put that out there. But really, we just had this idea that, yes, it's cool to print things, but like, could we go a step further, right? Could we go beyond this world and make the printer fly, right? And so we all kind of huddled up and said, okay, can we make something? Is it too heavy? Who knows, right? And so we're like, let's take on this challenge. And it was a crazy, crazy project. One of the most crazy projects we've ever done in the history of Flight Test. And I loved every minute of it, Peter. It was awesome.
Yeah, we are really excited about it too. It's like the first 3D printer that can fly. Yeah, we really like the idea. So what makes you like have this idea? What was your intention before you have this idea?
So when we first started talking, I think really the main idea was to do something that's never been done before. Right? Flight Test has always been around to kind of push the limits of what aviation can do, and specifically RC aviation. And at the end of the day, we didn't want to just be doing a review or showing something that was printed. We wanted to take it to the next level. And so we all kind of put our heads together and decided that, we just make things fly. We make things defy the laws of gravity. And that was the goal. We wanted to take Elegoo, the Centauri Carbon, and elevate it to new heights and defy the laws of gravity. And I'll be honest with you, I wasn't sure if it was gonna work, but it did, and we could not be happier with the result.
Yeah, it's cool to see how the project turns out. So we are wondering if you had any preparations before the test flight, or did anything that you didn't expect happen?
Yeah, so one of the things that you always have to worry about when it comes to flying anything is your CG, center of gravity. So we're trying to figure out, if the carbon printer is here in the middle of the airplane next to the wings, where do the batteries have to go? How much weight is on the tail? Because you can't have it be too tail heavy or nose heavy, or the plane won't fly. So we had to figure out, where do we put these giant batteries to fly and make this printer work? Along with that, like wind direction, right? How much wind is going on in the outside world that, which way do we have to take off from, right? That's a really big deal, especially when you have something heavy that you're trying to fly. Another crazy thing, which is not normally an issue, right? But the day that we flew it, it was like 28 degrees outside Fahrenheit. And so it was super cold. And obviously, printing needs to have that ability to keep the bed hot, for layer adhesion, all of that stuff. And we were kind of worried that when we're printing something while we're flying, the airflow and all this other stuff, we weren't sure if it was going to keep it hot enough to print the actual product. And so we were worried about that, but we made sure that everything was kind of like taped off, that if there was any seams, we could enclose those with some tape and some other things so they didn't get cold. And I'll be honest with you, the Centauri Carbon did phenomenal. And I don't want to go into too many crazy detail, but what we were worried about, we really didn't have to worry about, because you guys have made a really awesome printer that did everything that we wanted it to do.
Yeah, that's good to hear that Centauri Carbon can still print in such an extreme environment. But we are wondering, what kind of environment were you doing the project in? Is it like in a forest or something?
So say that one more time, Peter. Sorry, I cut out.
We are wondering what kind of environment you were doing the experiment in. Like, is it in a forest or?
Right. So we fly here at a golf course, right? So our air park that we have is about 50, 60 acres of manicured grass, but there's also, at golf courses, as you probably know, there's a lot of trees, right? And so the way that we took off was essentially we were going from south to north, and when you go that way, there's a big opening, but on either side there's trees everywhere. So we had to make sure that we got up and kind of turned to the right into a fairway, and we missed trees multiple times during the flight in the air. So it was very nerve-wracking, but it was epic to say the least. It was so much fun, and there's trees all around. There's cold air. There's 20-mile-an-hour winds. The plane handled fantastically overall.
Yeah. So you said like the environment is very extreme. So I already see people are asking in the comments like, well, how did the test go? How did the test go, right? So we make a guessing game on our social channel before.
Yep.
There are 3 questions. We were hoping that you can answer these questions to the viewers.
Of course.
Right? So the first question is, did the Centauri Carbon actually take off?
I can happily tell you that the Centauri Carbon lifted off in about 80 feet, 80 to 100 feet, and flew up into the air and actually defied the laws of gravity.
Yeah, that's 80 feet. How high is that in meter? Like 50 meter?
Yeah, it's about, I think overall about 100 feet would be about 35 meters, if I'm not mistaken.
Wow, that's high. Yeah. And the second one is, how long did the flight last?
Peter, do you have a guess?
How long did the flight? I think like you said that it's like in a golf course and there are many trees. So I think like maybe just like under 30 seconds and then it hit the tree. Maybe that's my guess.
Okay, so the full flight time for the aircraft was 55 seconds. So almost a full minute of flight. And when you're flying for that long, it doesn't seem that long in retrospect, but it actually, to get the whole airplane weighed about 70 pounds, right? So think about 70 pounds flying through the air for almost a minute of time. So yeah, 55 seconds was the full flight, which was, we were so ecstatic about. It was fantastic. We were all freaking out when it got off. We were jumping up in the air. We were high-fiving, hugging each other. It was crazy. It was unlike anything else.
Yeah, I really had a hard time imagining that this big piece of metal is in the air. Yeah, it's really hard to imagine. Like, so the third question is that, did it print normally in the air when it's in the air?
So it did. It was printing as it would in your print lab, in anyone's print lab. It printed the exact same, right? It was as if there was no difference. And also, you know, we're doing this and climbing and turning and going, like, you know, at different angles, 30 to 45 degree angles when we're turning. And the printer handled it beautifully. Like, there was, when we had a camera inside the printer, and it was printing as it normally would inside someone's print lab. It was crazy. My mind was being blown the entire time.
Yeah. Oh, so we have a comment. Has the 3D printer fallen off, or is it still in one piece?
That's a great question. I'll tell the data. So it was up in the air for 55 seconds. And I can now reveal that when we came down around for final descent to come and land, it came down and it dropped its wings because we were going into the wind and then we were going with the wind. And it came down, it hit a tree stump on the left side, and then it hit a tree on the right side, and like just huge crash, and settled on the side of the embankment of our river, right? Just sat there like this at like pretty much at a 45 degree angle on the riverbed. And I have to tell you that the printer, I mean, it was a heavy crash. Let's just put it that one of the worst crashes we've had in a long time. And the printer was unscathed at a 45 degree angle, about to fall into a river. It continued printing. I ran over to the printer. Literally, I ran as fast as I could to the printer to see what was going on. And I get there and my mouth drops, my jaw drops. And I was freaking out. I'm yelling back to my team, "It's printing! It's printing!" It was unbelievable. It was absolutely unbelievable. I want to, if you'll let me, I want to take you out to our common area. I want to show you the actual build plate that we have. Can I show that to you guys?
Yeah, totally. We want to see that. How was the print? You said it was still printing. So how was the print? Yeah, let's see.
So get this. So the only thing that happened was that we had the stepper motors inside the printer, because when it hit, it was into the ground, right? It hit a tree. So the only thing that happened was the stepper motors moved the print back, but it still continued. Check this out. It still continued to print the rest of the print. And look at that quality in the top part there with the actual front of the nose. We printed an airplane, right? So we printed an airplane while flying a printer in an airplane. Like I said, it was unbelievable. And we kept the build plate because it was such a cool experience. We actually hang it on the wall. I took it off the wall, but we were hanging it on the wall for a memento. And then check this out. I want to show you this. This, after we crashed this printer, we brought it back in the shop, right, Peter?
How was it? Is it still in one piece?
I want to show you. I'm not sure if I can switch my camera around here. But I won't, but I'll just turn it around. This is the printer.
Well, it looks like a new one to me.
There's nothing, like, I'm telling you right now, there was some like smudges of dirt on it, but we wiped it all off and it was perfectly fine. I got to give credit to my guys who built the frame around it. They did a great job with carbon fiber and 3D printed materials. Also, the other thing I wanted to show you, we printed a new airplane glider from it literally 30 minutes after we crashed it. It was diabolical. And then I'll show you here. Look at this. We also already printed some other of the brackets that we used for the actual airplane. So we've 3D printed the brackets from the carbon to put on the airplane to make the airplane manufactured, and put all the carbon in there. And then we flew it. Dude, it was unbelievable, Peter. Fantastic.
Yeah. So I really want to cue Uncle Jessy here. Did you hear that? The plane crashed and Centauri Carbon fell from the sky, and the glasses were still intact.
I know. I mean, I've slammed that door up many a times, and it has not shattered on me. So
Yeah.
I am slightly nervous every time I do it, but it hasn't shattered yet.
The glasses
I'm still
were
amazed that you
intact.
guys were able to like actually get it off the ground, though. Because it's not like the bed slingers are, fairly like the Neptune 4 is a fairly light machine. This is significantly heavier, and to get that up is impressive, to say the least.
Yeah, the airplane wings were about 8 feet on each side. We had 8-foot wings on each side, so essentially 16-foot wingspan. If you can think about that, that's huge, especially for an RC type airplane. So we needed a lot of lift, but it handled it beautifully.
One thing I did love, I mentioned it to Peter last week, I think it was you guys had the photo that you must have, I'm assuming you shared with Elegoo. And then Elegoo had as like the little promotional thing, like, hey, guess did this actually get up there? But it was such a beautiful shot of the full plane, the printer on there, you guys, the sky up there. That was like clear that this thing was going to try and get up in the air. I was like, okay. When I heard they were going to do that, I was like, oh, so they're going to like bring it on a normal airplane and print it on an airplane. Okay, I get that's not too crazy. Oh no, you're strapping it to an airplane.
Yes. Yeah. We built out of the 3D prints that we built out of the Centauri Carbon.
Yeah.
Carbon rods that it looked like a real airplane structure with a tail and wings, and then we made a front nose that held all of the batteries. We had the giant 6-cell batteries flying the wing, like the actual airplane, and then we had these 4 smaller batteries powering through an inverter to power the Centauri Carbon. It was unbelievable. Like I said, it still blows my mind to this day that there's that printer out there sitting on our desk, able to print anything that we want right now.
That's
That
totally
is
cool.
just nuts.
Someone
Honestly, still
is-
blown away by it.
Someone is asking, where can we see the video? They have already posted it on their YouTube channel yesterday, right? On the 16th, I think. So if you want to check how the flight went and how the Centauri Carbon like really made it through the whole flight and then the fall, you can go to their YouTube channel and watch. But now we want to share the joy with our viewers too and do a giveaway.
Yes.
If you just join us, you might not have seen this Elegoo gift box. Yeah, this is an Elegoo gift box. See, our brand blue Elegoo gift box. We have a giveaway now. Giveaway time. Yes, it is. There are many great things about Elegoo in it. So how can you enter this giveaway? We have prepared a question for you if you're paying attention to our talk just now. See, here is the question. So we talk about how much distance, how much time it flew and how high it flew. But please guess, how much distance did the plane with Centauri Carbon fly? How much distance do you think it flew during the whole process? So there are 4 options. A is 1,200 feet. B is 1,300 feet. C is 1,500 feet. And D is 1,600 feet. It doesn't matter if you answer the correct option or not. We are going to take a screenshot from the from our comments and then pick 5 winners to get our Elegoo gift box. Yeah. So Uncle Jessy, what do you think? What's your answer? How much distance do you think that the plane with the Centauri Carbon flew?
I'm gonna say D.
D.
Can you hear me?
So
Yeah, D.
yeah, I can hear you. D, 1,600 feet. So how much time did it flew again, Stefan?
So we flew for 55 seconds, but the distance that we flew, do you want me to?
Oh, don't tell them. Don't tell them.
Okay.
Let them guess.
Okay.
Don't tell them yet.
How
We are
how
doing a
fast?
giveaway to let them guess. We will reveal later.
Okay.
Wait, was one of the questions how fast is it flying? Sorry, I was going to ask how fast does the plane with the printer on it? How fast did the plane?
That's a great question, Uncle Jessy. So the plane was probably flying between like 35 to 45 miles an hour,
Okay.
which is great. Possibly up to 50 miles an hour, depending on where we were at and where which is crazy to think about. That's like, yeah, you wouldn't want to get hit by that. But we were making sure that at the end of the day, we were making sure that everybody that was flying.
Get out of the way! Get out of the way!
Had spot, we had everybody in the right area, and we made sure that we were taking those contingencies to make sure we were flying safely, because it is a heavy plane, and you want to make sure that.
Oh my gosh! I just realized something. The same time that you were doing these tests, you were in New Jersey and flying those around at night, and that's what people were recording in the air. Was actually the Centauri Carbon flying around at night. It wasn't drones or aliens. It was a 3D printer being flown in the sky.
Spot on, man. I can neither or deny.
The truth is out there. All right, the truth is out there. Open your eyes, people.
Yeah, that's so good.
Yeah. So in 20 more seconds, we will take a screenshot and pick the winners now. Okay. So Uncle Jesse's answers is D, 1,600 feet.
By the way,
What's your
people, I
answer?
don't know what the answers are.
So someone is asking, who is this beautiful woman standing next to me? Can you come into the camera? Who is this beautiful lady? Can you tell us your name?
Hi everyone, my name is May.
So what's your
Hi,
answer to this
May.
question?
Hi Uncle and hi Stefan. It's really nice to see you guys in this live stream and doing the promotion for our Centauri Carbon. So my guess for Stefan's question is I will take it as A. Yeah.
You don't have much confidence in them.
Well, that doesn't mean okay. I definitely have confidence in the future. Yeah.
Can you be the lucky girl and then take the screenshot? We will count down 10 seconds, okay? Let's count down together and then take a screenshot, okay?
9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's go.
All right, let's go. Let's see who the lucky winners are. I will read the name first and then we'll contact the winners later. So there are 5 lucky winners here. We'll show them in the camera. You'll be able to win an Elegoo gift box with this.
Woohoo! Congratulations.
We can't see. May, can you
All right.
May, can you send that to me on the app? Peter, tell May to send that to me on the app. And
Don't worry, we will contact the winners later. Yeah,
okay.
I can see that now.
Paula Cardenas, D. Crane, Yelaine Gonzalez, Robert Peterson, and Zach's man.
Well done.
All right. Congratulations.
Brad.
Yeah, you get a chance to win an Elegoo gift box. But meanwhile, Stefan from Flight Test Team, could you let us know? So what is the correct answer? So how much distance did the plane flew?
The plane flew 1,200 feet. 1,200 feet, which is, when you think about it, is like That's like 400 meters or something around that. And a football field is about, I think, 120 yards, right? So that is, I think, close to 3 to 4 football fields, which is crazy. That's a long way.
So now you've been in the air. So where would the future lead you? Do you have any more exciting projects? Will we see any more exciting projects from you?
Yeah, so obviously we do crazy projects, as often as we can, and some approachable ones. But we do have some cool projects coming up soon. One of the things that we did talk about as a team was maybe revisiting this scenario in the future, where we try to take the Carbon on a little bit of a different joyride. And maybe make it print something a little bit larger than one of these airplane gliders, and see what we can maybe make happen. So you never know what can happen. You never know what might defy the laws of gravity, but we do have some cool projects coming down the pipe. So definitely keep checking in the Flight Test and the YouTube channel and the social media, and we'll keep everybody posted. And we look forward to working with you guys again, obviously, with some cool stuff.
Hey, I'm gonna be watching that full video this morning after we're done with the stream. I'm gonna make another coffee and grab some breakfast and then sit down and watch that. I'm looking forward to it.
Sweet.
Yeah. So people have been asking, has the video come out yet? Let's see, it's already here 21 hours ago. So later, after you order the Centauri Carbon, you can go to their channel and then watch the first 3D printer that was in the air printing a plane on a plane.
Idea. That is such a crazy
idea. I need to watch that later too. So really, thank you so much for joining us today, Stefan from Flight Test team. We are really excited to hear about your this exciting project, printing a plane on a plane. That is crazy. So really, it's lucky to have you here tonight. This morning. Thank you, really. Thank you very much. And we'll look forward to seeing more exciting projects from you. Thank you.
Hey, it was nice chatting with you.
We look forward to doing more crazy stuff, and I'll have to go check with the Guinness Book of World Records and see if we can get something on the wall. I'll have to make that call sooner rather than later.
Hey, I'm gonna drive out there and see you when it's warmer out. So we'll do something crazy.
Thank you. Appreciate you so much. You guys have a great rest of your day. We'll see you guys soon.
Hey, see you.
Thank you. Thanks for joining us.
Bye.
Have a good day.
You too.
That's a really
all right. So Uncle Jessy. So I think I will leave the stage to you to continue chatting with the people about Centauri Carbon. Well, the website department called me to help them because there are so many orders. So we need to leave now. We need to help with the website, or it will crash again.
Well, again, if you guys haven't, if maybe you're just waking up and just joining us, Elegoo did Peter finally have released the price for this printer, being $299.99 for the Centauri Carbon. They also, surprise, have a doorless, a panelless top, without a top and without a door. Don't want to get myself in trouble on YouTube. Version of just the Centauri. So if you're just looking at printing in PLA, PETG, TPU, none of the, nothing that you need an enclosure for. That is what, $199.99. That's going to be shipping later this year. It's a pre-order. Everything at the moment is now, I think, on pre-order. That's going to be shipping in the next few months. I think there's a little update on their website when you go to order this. There are accessories for sale, and I never completed my purchase. We've been talking here, and I never completed my purchase for extra nozzles. So doing that as I'm gabbing with you all. But yeah, this is going to be basically, Peter, I was joking that the video that you guys put out about the doom of bed slingers, so I was like, I don't know, it's a little fluffy with that, but at these price points, you're not wrong. You're not wrong.
Well, thank you. Thank you.
And the print quality is really good. I actually, while we've been talking with the flight test team, I started up another print. This is one of the test prints that's available inside. I think comes with the printer, but it's definitely in Elegoo's slicer that you can load up as a test file, as a test print file. It's a little calibration, an Elegoo calibration cube. And once this finishes printing, this is about a 30-minute print here at a 0.2 layer height. And we'll check out the details. You should be able to see how it prints with overhangs, with text. I think text that's imprinted as well as sticking out. There's also some tolerance tests that we can do because there's 2 different parts that we can stick in to see how well they fit together. So we'll check that out here once that finishes printing. By the way, guys, can we see comments across all? Oh yeah, yes, we can see. This is actually a really cool platform that the team had me use here for this. This is the first time I'm using it, but it allows us to not only stream to my YouTube channel, Uncle Jessy, over on YouTube, but also Elegoo's YouTube channel. They're also streaming on Elegoo's Facebook page as well as Twitter, which I didn't know. People you can stream on Twitter. Apparently, I didn't realize that, or X or whatever it's called these days. But yeah, so this has been a really fun little process here of a launch, and thankfully, as Peter, you were able to take over and chat with from Stefan from Flight Test because my camera feed basically locked up. Perfect timing for that, so I was able to get that back up and running here. But yeah, we have this print that's up and running. I wanted to try and show this. Someone had asked earlier, like I think right before the everything went on sale, was how is the quality for something that's flat here? Hold on. It's still, my camera's always going to want to focus on my face. There you go. So this is where it completely prints flat on the bed and is just sort of an articulating pincher. You can see how well it does with the bed leveling and laying down that first layer. I think this was an hour print here, and that same mint green PLA. Here's the top half of that print as well, but just something that's a little bit different that is not, typically what I'm used to printing, which is, huge Chewbacca statue. Oh, there we go. Oh, it's finally focusing on Chewbacca. This is from Eastman. This, I can't remember how long this was. This was like a 10-hour print, not including the base, but a 10-hour print for just the upper part itself at 0.2 layer height. And with that 0.4 nozzle here, just using, this is Elegoo's Rapid Brown PLA, and then using their profiles. One thing that I haven't, so this print just finished. We'll take a look at that in a second. What sold me are the big balloons behind the Elegoo representative. Agreed. Let me share my screen. I did want to show you guys I'm playing with fire here. I shouldn't be messing with things. I'm going to show you my computer. Peter, your microphone's on, right? Because I can't see as I'm presenting. Can you see me in the corner and then Elegoo Slicer?
Yes, I can see your screen.
Okay, cool. So this is Elegoo Slicer. Just looks just like Orca Slicer. I did want to show this because I think lots of people have had questions about this. Peter had confirmed. I forgot it's using my webcam. Peter had confirmed that they are actively working with the Orca Slicer team. So hopefully we'll see this support for the Centauri Carbon and the Centauri inside of Orca Slicer in one of their upcoming updates soon, hopefully. But yeah, this is going to work just like that. You can select your printer, what size nozzle that you're working with. As I'd mentioned before, they have lots of different print profiles that they've built. So ASA, PETG Pro, PLA, Matte PLA, Pro PLA, Silk PLA, PLA Plus, PLA Carbon Fiber, PETG, Rapid PLA, which is one of my favorites. Their TPU, but they also have generic profiles for basically all of these as well that you're working with. So in this case here, I'm working with their Matte PLA. They have a bunch of different print profile options. As you can see, I've already started building out some of my own profiles for this. So for like the airless basketball that I printed, as well as just fine tuning some things for a smaller diameter.
Hey, yeah. Uncle, are you moving with your screen? I think your screen froze.
Oh no.
I
Can you
can't
see
see
the
anything on your
drop-downs?
screen. Yeah, I think your screen froze. Maybe you
Okay.
can like go
Okay.
back to the studio and then.
Yeah, I'm gonna go back. It's fine. I'll but you got a glimpse of it. Sorry, I was trying to click around and you couldn't see anything. But it's it should hopefully work just like your typical Orca slicer experience, with being able to select what materials that you can choose from. You have print profiles. You could build your own print profiles. If you wanted to fine tune profiles, they have all those calibration tests. They also have some dynamic material options for objects that if you wanted to add in there, like a benchy, or in this case here is the calibration tolerance test thing that I'm going to reach around and try and grab. There we go. So I'm going to swing around up front so we can take a look at this, just so you can get a better, closer look at this. This was a 28-minute print, it says. And let's see, I'm going to do manual focus here. Okay, so here is their little Elegoo cube that you can see how, it's layer shielded. I think is what the designer's name is. That must have designed this. So you can see here the internal, it has Elegoo's logo internal, freely sort of floating there at an angle. It also, you can see how it's printed with some of these overhangs, as well as the text that's pressed in. We got the little calibration, X and Y. There's text that's extruded from the block as well, so if you wanted to see that. But one of the cool things was I liked how it has this tolerance check that you can do on the top and on the bottom. So there's two parts to this that you can print, and I can never remember which way goes which. Yeah, here we go. So on the bottom, you should be able to insert this in, not all the way in, but the little lip there, and it should slot in and should fit freely in that. And then on the top, we should be able to flip that around so that it is the wider option, should be able to fit perfectly in there. So there's no, it's a pretty tight tolerance, and not having to force that in at all. So apologies, can't see the comments, so I don't know what anybody's saying. But that was that. Hopefully the camera is able to. There we go. Snap back on me. No sound. Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Okay.
Yeah. Is that print, is that model in our USB drive? That's very cool. I didn't know that.
I believe it's on the USB drive, but it's definitely in the Elegoo slicer. If you, on the bed of your slicer, in the slicer, you can right click and then you can select add material. And then there's things, or add objects or add material. Can't remember what it is. And there's like a benchy in there. There's a tolerance test. There's the Elegoo cube, I think is what this is called. And then there are some other like sort of torture tests that are available in there that you can try and print and on the machine, which is pretty cool. So that if you wanted to test out some of the filaments that you're working with, and you'll have those options. They are not just something that's pre-sliced on the printer.
I see Paul Harvey is asking, where can we find the Elegoo slicer for the Centauri Carbon? I think it has been open sourced as of today on our GitHub community. Yeah, you can find that there.
So we'll let it, Peter, I think what people will be easier for the non-technically inclined is Elegoo going to list that up on the Elegoo website as a downloadable link?
Is it? Is it?
No, I don't know if it's on there. I don't know if it's on there now.
But I need to make sure. I think so, because it has already been open sourced. So I don't think it would be hard for us to put it on our website.
Yeah.
Yeah. I need to make sure of that later, but I don't think it would be a big issue. Yeah.
That's good. Sorry, I am realizing that we've been sitting here and I never completed my purchase on my nozzles. So I'm buying my extra nozzles. That was also the cool thing about this. I know people had asked about that previously. was you can what the ones that they have available right now. This is what, if you go back and look at some of my videos, you'll see that I was talking about how you can like, it's basically a hot swap for the whole hot end assembly. There's 2 screws that hold that in place, and then there's 2 cables. So you undo the 2 screws or 2 bolts, and then the 2 cables, and you can take the whole thing out, and then you should be able to just pop in this new hot end assembly. There was a 0.2, 0.4, 0.6, and 0.8 assembly option. So cool. Let me just.
Well, so Uncle, I think I will leave the stage for you to communicate with the viewers. We need to clean up this table now.
Yeah, no worries.
It's fun to have you here today. Hope you have a nice following up of your day, and hope that anyone that has ordered Centauri Carbon can get it sooner as they hope, and then enjoy printing. And make sure to check the flight test video about the first 3D printer that is printing a plane on a plane in the air. All right. Well,
I'm gonna watch that later this morning. Hey, Peter, thanks so much for jumping on and helping this morning. It was a lot of fun. I'm going to hang out with everybody for a few more minutes and just help answer any questions that I can. And again, the Centauri Carbon, if you haven't already heard, or maybe you're joining late, is available now over on Elegoo's website. It's $299.99, significantly below the $500 price tag that I saw multiple people commenting on that was going to be price. I knew that wasn't going to be the price. That was going to be too high. My guess was $429. I was like, all right, it's 500 is too much. It's got to be like 400 to 450. So I was going for $429. $300 is insane. That is insane for a fully enclosed Core XY 3D printer that prints as well as this does here. Peter, thanks again for hanging out this morning and answering questions, and just having a good time chatting.
Yeah, had a good time with you today, and we are really excited to release the price today, because every day people are asking me what the price is. Oh my God, you don't know my message box boomed. What's the price? Yeah, so we had a great day. See you later, Uncle Jessy. See you later. Bye.
Bye. I saw a comment that came through that someone was asking in the Elegoo slicer, does it support the Neptune 3D printers? Yes, I have seen print profiles in there for the Neptune 3D printers. I have not tested those yet, but they do have the Neptune 3D printers in there, as well as the Orange Storm Giga, which I also have not tested yet. I've just been really playing around with it here on the Centauri Carbon. And I also saw another comment asking if I have one of the doorless, panelless versions of this, the Centauri that they have up. No, I do not. I also pre-ordered one of those. I pre-ordered one of these myself, and I pre-ordered one of the Centauris as well. But hopefully, as soon as they have those available, I'll be doing a video on it. I'm sure the kind folks at Elegoo will send me one in advance so I can help show that off once they're closer to the actual production. But yeah, these are already up for order. These are going to be shipping, it sounds like, relatively soon. At initial launch there at 9 a.m., they did have a bunch that were available to ship like right away, which was awesome to see. And then now they are in sort of the pre-order mode. So depending on when you order it, it's going to be continually pushed out. I think the last I saw it said May. It might push into April for the Centauri Carbon, and then for the Centauri for the doors, I think the estimate Peter was saying was potentially sometime between July and September, whenever they have that available. But they also had other accessories, build plates, nozzles. They had the extra rubber feet. I put a rubber mat under mine. If you go to Lowe's or Home Depot or your store, you can get these in the outdoor section where they probably sell cement and the gardening stuff. These are rubber. It's a rubber paver that's like $15 and fits perfectly on top or underneath of the printer itself, and it's going to help prevent any sort of vibration or wobbling, especially on my table that is not completely level here. And that, sorry, look at me. I don't know why it's thinking I'm doing thumbs. I'll do double thumbs up. Let's see if it does oh, what a good stream. What a good stream. I don't know why it does that. Is it my Mac? Is it the Mac? I don't know. But Yeah, so I'm really excited to see the price point that Elegoo put out about this. I was also eagerly waiting on this, just like you all have been. Since, again, I've mentioned it before, since the first time I saw it at Rapid TCT, wanted to know how much it was going to cost. And they said it was going to be significantly less than the X1 Carbon. And it for sure is significant. You can literally buy, what, at $300? You can buy 4 of these compared to one X1 Carbon. That's nuts. Yeah, that's does it have a mobile app? No. Do you have to go through a cloud, like an Elegoo cloud, to use this? No. You can just use it all directly on your own network. You can use it completely offline if you want to. It's pretty straightforward and easy. I was trying to think if I had any other cool stuff to show you guys print-wise. The other fun one that here, I've got a few other things that I can show you. Here was, I'm a big, cosplay nerd, comic book nerd. This is another big helmet here that I printed entirely on the Centauri Carbon and assembled it. This was printed in multiple pieces. I've gotten multiple questions on, can this print a full-size helmet? Depending on the type of helmet, like an Iron Man helmet, you could probably print an all-in-one go. A Batman cowl, as long as it's like, the Batfleck version of this, you could probably fit all on the build plate there. But most of them are going to need to be split up to at least 2 parts, depending on how large it is. Something like a Clone Trooper helmet, you'll probably have to cut up, or a lot of them already come pre-cut up and for you to be able to print that. But yeah, this printed just awesome here on this, and then just 3D glooped everything together and then put magnets on it to get this assembled. One of the other things that I wanted to show was, I'll bring over the basketball. I think I saw comments earlier wanting to see the print quality on the basketball. So this was printed in BQ's HRPLA, which I think is probably the best material to print these airless basketballs in. It's a bit of a harder TPU, so it's not PLA. It's not as flexible as normal TPU, so it's a little harder, but you can still squish it. It feels like the same density or firmness of a basketball that has a lot of air in it, and then you can bounce it and whatnot. I think this was a 3-day print here on the Centauri. I made a print profile specifically for this based on the information that was available for this ball, but I just made it specifically for the Centauri here, and I can share that, which will be fun. But yeah, this is just a fun little bouncing ball. By the way, the material itself, if you're interested in printing these, you can pick up the HRPLA over on Amazon. I think it's like $60 for the roll, and this uses about 75% of the roll. So it's still kind of an expensive print, but it's a really fun one, especially if you have kids or if you're a teacher. Can't recommend this enough. They absolutely love playing with those. And then this probably isn't going to show as well as I'd like it to, but this was a Clone Trooper. I mean, since it's it's a Clone Trooper, it seemed kind of appropriate to print for this. But yeah, this is from the Galactic Armory, and this was actually one of their miniature. I think it was a miniature file that I scaled up to fit the height or as large as I could there, and then shaved off. There was a stand that I shaved off the bottom, and then printed this with supports, and it turned out really good. I still have a few supports there under the neck that I need to get out. And then let me show you I saw some other people asking about the Henry statue. So Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 out now. I need to pick that up. So this is available over on Printables. Front page of Printables right now is the statue. If you end up printing it, I didn't realize that the bottom is not flat. So cut off the bottom. So it prints kind of weird on the bottom, which is why in the video, my last video that I showed, it has like a weird curling action on the corners here and on the bed surface. But it's because it wasn't flat. But other than that, this is printed at 0.12 layer height using the standard Elegoo's profile, and I think turned out really, really good, really clean. Let me see if there's any other. It is 10:10. I wanted to see if there were any other questions from anybody in the chat that you guys can hear me. Is it Clipper based? No, it is. Elegoo has their own firmware that they have for the printer. I forgot to ask Peter if that's something that they're going to be sharing or not. I'll double check with them and find out and see if I can post about that. But I think they said that they're going to be sharing the info on their firmware that they have for the machine itself. But no, it's not running Clipper. It's running Elegoo's own stuff that they've built. It's, I don't think, based on Clipper, but it kind of looks like the simplified Clipper interface when you're in the device tab in the profile. But you can also get it to the printer via the IP address as well. What's the footprint of the printer? I don't have a measuring tape here. It's like this by this by I don't know. What is this? It's like a, I'll have to figure out whatever this paver is. It almost fits perfectly within this paver. The only thing that hangs off is the front screen on the paver. So this little rubber paver. Apologies that I don't have the direct dimensions for the machine. I'm sure it's on Elegoo's site. What's the difference between the, yeah, I saw busy. What's the difference between the Centauri and the non-carbon? So the two different ones that they now have available. So the Centauri, this is the Centauri Carbon. This is the one that's going to be shipping sooner than the other one. Obviously, the price is different. This is the more expensive one because it has the panels. I'm not sure what else is different other than it doesn't have. This one has the panels, the top glass, and the glass door. And it's designed for you to be able to print with things like ABS, ASA, the carbon fiber materials, that sort of thing, that are a little bit more advanced. The doorless, panelless version, which is $199, it's $200 for the panelless version, is really designed for anybody that just prints things like PLA, TPU, PETG, and don't need the enclosure. One other thing to note is that the enclosure, when the door is I've printed just fine with the door closed with PLA, by the way. There's no, it's got fans on the back, so I'm assuming it's venting it out as it's printing. I've not really had any major issues with all of this being closed off and printing, which is awesome. And then, I was going to say the sound, because this is the enclosed one. The Carbon has the doors. You're obviously, with everything closed up, it's going to be a little bit quieter, I'm assuming, than the version that doesn't have any of the doors or panels. Yes, the Bull. Yes, AMS. Yes, they did earlier. That was one of my big questions. I had heard a rumor. I saw a post from Elegoo on Facebook that they confirmed, yes, later this year. And in fact, when Peter was on from Elegoo, confirmed that they are actively working on that. And it's going to be coming later this year. They did not have a specific date, but it is coming. And it sounded like it might be sooner than later. And also got confirmation that you should be able to use that with this unit. So not have to buy another unit. Well, hope, fingers crossed here. Justin, nice. I wonder if that'll come changing. It's come summertime here in New York. I don't know. Yeah. Is it a glass door? Yeah, I think this is a tempered glass door. Let me close the. Sorry, my DJI. I had the Osmo Pocket that was using nice close-ups. Yes, this is a tempered glass door, and you can. So it the one call that I had for Elegoo about the door is I wish it opened a little bit wider. It does open past 90 degrees. It's probably like 110 degrees. I don't know exact anglage, but it's not 90. It's a good bit beyond that, but not. I was hoping it would open further. I saw that there is a printable mod that you can do that I might try to look at adding on here so that I can open it wider. But for now, this works fine, and I have not broken it, and I can do a pretty good job at slamming it here, and it's been pretty good. Is the AMS going to be heated? No idea. I have no other information. Like, how are you going to access it if it jams? I don't know. I've seen some other recent AMS systems, the multicolor systems from other brands that have done, I think, a pretty good job of making it easy to access the underside if you have jams or anything like that. So I'm hoping Elegoo takes note of some of those other brands and how they're doing things and does that. The heated AMS system would be amazing if they do that. Will Bamboo have to lower their prices to $299? I don't think they're going to be planning on doing that. I think Elegoo is crazy. They are absolutely wild. Like, they've been holding out. They've been holding out specifically on me because I have been begging to know what the price is, like monthly. Hey, when are we going to get the price? When are we going to get the price? And also it was like back in, I think it was back in August. I originally thought I was going to get an early prototype of this, and then they wanted to wait till it was a little bit more refined. And then I got it about a month ago and was really pleasantly surprised with how well it's worked. I mentioned it earlier in the chat, but I think I've gotten 2 firmware updates on the machine where they've made improvements to just in general the usability of the printer itself. Then on the slicer side, I think I've gotten 4 software updates so far to the slicer. They're continually listening to feedback of things that they would like to, things that we'd like to see changed and updated. The most recent update allows you to select which build plate when you're slicing and sending to the printer, which build plate type you're going to be printing with, and then that manages the build, the leveling, as well as if you're going to be enabling the time lapse or not. Yes, and it does have a camera. There's an LED light that I'm going to probably add another LED strip in here just to have better lighting. And then it can record time lapses, no AI capabilities or anything like that. Yeah, and then Thomas, yeah, let me pin this just to make sure. There we go. I'm pretty sure Peter said the price wouldn't go up. I think we did capture that on this live stream. Yeah, but I can't think of any other time where Elegoo has increased the price on things, but who knows with the state of things, with how things are going, at least here, the US state side, we'll see. But I can't imagine that the prices would actually go up on this. That's typically not something that Elegoo does. And then when does the pre-order change? Well, they did have units at 9 a.m. They did have, I don't know how many units, hundreds of units, I'm assuming, available that were going to be, as soon as they were ordered, they're going to be starting to get shipped out. And then it was sort of went into the pre-order mode, and anything that's ordered now, the last I checked, it said, I think was sending in April, or maybe it was March. So if you go on the website, it should say, there should be a little banner there that shows when the next pre-order option is. But for the panelist version, that's $199.99. That is, it sounds like shipping later this summer. So July, August, September timeframe. Nope, that's not the one I wanted. Sorry. Yeah, Aaron. Yeah, I think they said it flew. So the flight test team strapped this to a plane and flew it, which was crazy to me. And it crashed and it survived and it was still printing, which was awesome. And yeah, I think they said it flew 1,300 feet, which is pretty impressive in my opinion. Yeah, 1,200 feet. Yeah, you're correct. Chris Melby. This is also pretty cool. This is the first time I'm using, I think the first time that I'm, running this and able to stream right now on Facebook, YouTube. This is, I should specify, Elegoo's Facebook, Elegoo's YouTube, my YouTube, and Twitter, which is pretty incredible. So this is pretty cool. And I was joking earlier. I saw multiple comments. Is this live? Yes. No. This is really live. I don't think it would have been as chaotic as it was if it was a pre-recorded thing. It's always a good time when I'm live streaming here. What's the camera quality of the inside of the Carbon? Well, I can actually show you via time lapses. Here is a video montage time lapse. So the quality, it's not like it's I don't think it's a 1080p or anything like that. It's probably 720, I'm guessing. And the big factor is going to be the lighting. So you'll see here, some of these, I just had the internal single LED light on. And then the last few, I had some additional lights on that you could see, get a better illumination or effect when printing here. Yeah, you just get an idea of how the time lapses look and all this. I mean, in general, they're pretty good. Not, they're not like they're 4K or anything like that. I think that's understandable for the price point that Elegoo is going for. It's serviceable, and maybe with a little bit of a post-processing cleanup, you could do that on some of these to get better quality footage. But for now, I think this is it is what it is. It's pretty good. And then the other thing is you can actually, once you have your printer connected to your local network, and I've mentioned this a bajillion times at this point, but you do not have to connect this to the network. There is no Elegoo cloud. This is all just your own thing. When you set up the printer, it's not forcing you to connect through an app or scan a QR code and do anything craziness. Yeah, you're just on your local network. So if you want to connect it to the internet or not, it's entirely up to you. There's a USB port on the front, has Wi-Fi. It's fast to send files directly from the slicer to the printer. They have fixed the issues that I was running into initially with sending sliced files to the printer, which is awesome. And the latest slicer update. And what was I going to say? Oh, you can also, once you have it connected to your network, if you're on your phone, you can just punch in the IP address of the printer and you get access to the view of the printer. So it's sort of like what you see in the Neptune printers that have the device mode. So you get access to controlling, can you stop the print, start the print? You can view your file list, and you also have access to the camera. So you can remotely view the camera. Monkey Butler, yes. Does it have a hardwire network port? No, there is no Ethernet port option on the back of the printer. I know that was multiple people have been asking for that. No, it's just Wi-Fi only or USB, and it does have a poop chute on the back. So I was showing this earlier. This is one of the files that comes preloaded with the printer, and it's a mini Centauri that you can print. I think this was a 2-hour print. And this is designed to go on the back as the poop bucket. This is literally all of the poop that I printed with this machine since I've unboxed it. And it's not a whole heck of a lot. It doesn't poop a ton. I think it's like at the start. It might not even be at the start of the print. It might just be when you're loading filament and unloading the filament that it purges. I haven't quite paid that close of attention to it. But it doesn't purge a whole heck of a lot. But that does mean, as others have called out, that, yeah, there's going to be an AMS or a multicolor system coming here at some point soon. How does it compare to the P1S? If you check out my last video, or if you go over on Twitter, I think I posted on Instagram as well. I posted some print comparisons of this. This is a Iron Giant bust by Fotis Mint that I printed on a bunch of the different machines here that I have, just giving you a comparison in print times between the Centauri Carbon, the Core 1, the X1C, and the P1S were all printers that I compared to. And then also managed to screw up the infill on the Core 1, and since have reprinted that one and reposted and tried to correct that. That was just a big mistake on my end with printing the wrong infill on the Core 1. Was still a little bit slower than the others, but much faster than what the original one was. Let me see here. What about replacement parts? So far they just have up the hot end assemblies. I'm hoping we get more things, belts and whatnot that they're going to be listing here as they're listing that, or like the glass. If you want to replace the glass, like heaven forbid you shatter something, that you have a replacement option. So it's, again, something I'm continuing to push Elegoo on. I did a video just a handful of weeks ago talking about, this is what I want everyone to be doing. And one of the big ones was not only like print profiles, which Elegoo did a great job with all their print profiles for this machine, but replacement parts. People want to be able to fix their machines and replace them, not just have to buy a whole new machine. But yeah, they did have up on the site right now. I just ordered a, sorry, I just realized maybe my order didn't go through. Yeah. My order didn't go through. I was trying to order a bunch of nozzles, but I think it timed out because I waited too long. It was like an hour and a half ago at this point. But they have other nozzle. They have hot and assembly options. So a 0.2, a 0.4, 0.6, and a 0.8. And I think they're all hardened steel. Is the electronics bay easy to access? I think everything's just on the underside of the machine. You know, I've never tilted this thing backwards. Hold on. Taking the glass door off, or glass top off, holding the front door. Yeah, it looks like you should be able to just unscrew the bottom panel and you'll get access to everything underneath here. And I have I just literally right before doing the stream, this is a rubber flooring mat, or like a gardening tile that you can find at home stores that fits perfectly for this. Yeah, you should be able to just remove the 4 screws beneath it and remove the plate and get access to all the everything that's there. Yeah, I suspect we'll see many other printers currently on the market drop in price. You know what? I've said it before. I'll say it again. Competition is an amazing thing. Whether or not it's people are calling it a clone or not, competition, I think, helps push things forward, not just pricing, but helps companies really push the envelope of where we're going with 3D printing. It's honestly great to see here. Yes, is the side spool holder removable? Yeah, I think this twists off. Yeah, there we go. So if you wanted to, I'm already looking at a printable mod. So if you wanted to have a version that was larger than this, you can just twist and put that on there. You don't have to even like nut and bolt screw it on there. You just twist it and put it on. It's easy peasy. How much louder is the non-carbon going to be? I'm not entirely sure, because like I can't give you an accurate representation, because if I open this door and then still have the panels on, it's going to reverberate all the sound in here. So it sounds much louder when the doors open and I'm printing than if it didn't have doors at all, and it was going to help disperse the sound a little bit more evenly. So I can't imagine it would be louder than what I have here if I had the door open and printing. But if you were here earlier, I was printing. We printed a bunch of different things here and during the stream, and it wasn't too overly loud. At least I don't think it was. I wasn't getting lots of complaints in the comments that they couldn't hear anybody talking. Let's see. How many hours have you run on test printer? Sorry, that's already been PNS. Well, I've had this for about a month, and I've printed a ton of things with it so far, like 3-day print. This was a 12-hour-ish print with the base. I've done some ASA prints. There were, I don't have the other ASA prints in here. I just recently started printing the, this is a silk filament for a GI robot that I was printing with this. So it's in multiple parts. And then I'm printing lots of nerdy stuff. Here's the Doctor Strange bust. There's this guy here. I printed lots of miniature. I don't know. I printed not as many as you've probably printed with your printer that you've had for over a year now, but I would say a good amount of hours, and it's held up extremely well so far with all the printing that I've done with it. I am looking forward to printing more with ASA on this as well, so that's something I'm excited to do. I've got a few projects lined up in mind for that. I do want to order some ABS because I've never printed with that before, and get that printing and see exactly how stinky that is going to be to print with. And yeah, that should be a lot of fun to play around with. Which slicer did I use? Right now, this comes with Elegoo slicer. Elegoo has, as of today, it's up on their GitHub, they said. Hopefully, knock on wood, it'll be on their website. It's their new FDM 3 printer slicer. It's a clone of Orca slicer, and it's really designed for people just getting started with 3D printing. So you get the printer, maybe it's your first 3D printer, you install Elegoo slicer, and it's going to work just like you would with Orca slicer. They have confirmed that they are working with Orca slicer to try and get this up and running in Orca slicer. So hopefully we'll see that here in one of the next few updates from Orca slicer team. But yeah, the slicer itself is really simple to use. It has things like make overhang printable, which I'm a big fan of. So if you wanted to like modify the file so it has even less overhangs, it'll geometrically update the model so it prints a little bit smoother with less overhangs, which is cool. Oh, Dan Crane, thanks, man. Thanks for the kind words. That is the key right there. We've gotten our ground up. I have a new video that I'm working on. I hopefully will be recording it later this week to be posting, and it's all about printing and selling stuff. That has become a very hot topic that I keep seeing people talking about. I've talked about my experience with printing and selling stuff, but I think this comment here from D. Crane is a key one here. He's making specialized parts and electronics for a niche industry. If you're trying to narrow down, like if you can find something that no one else is doing, you're going to do incredibly well versus selling, dragons and other things like that other people have done. I think there's a huge potential market if you can find that as an option, especially if you have some basic design skills. Will take you a really long way. That's sort of one talking point that I wanted to talk about in that upcoming video. That's it's pretty cool. Square jury, squareness and skew correction. There are calibration controls and tests that you can run in the slicer. I have yet to run any of those because everything's ran so smoothly. I was showing this here just a few minutes ago. This is a test print that Elegoo has. Oh my gosh, I'm kicking my camera. That I printed here on the stream. This is the Elegoo cube that they have, and one of the tests is not only like how is it going to do with things like the overhangs and whatnot, and their logos inside there, printing sideways and how it does. You'll see there's some bridging that's going to do how it prints on the bottom with text that's embedded in versus sticking out. And then it prints in 2 parts so you can see how the tolerances are. This should fit on top here like this, and then the bottom circle should be able to slide in just like that. Really stick in there. So it does do a good job of that. I don't have my calipers on hand to see like how accurate this is. Is this on autofocus? But I am going to wrap up the stream here in just a second. I wanted to say a huge thank you, everybody, for tuning in and watching the stream and hanging out for the past 2 hours. If you have a flight test team was on here that strapped this to an airplane, like a model airplane that you can, remote control fly in the sky. It's obviously a little bit bigger, and tried flying it in the sky. They have a video up on their YouTube channel that I'm going to be checking out after this. I'm going to be making a coffee, grabbing something to eat, and sitting down to watch that after chatting with my family here on this holiday here in the States. I have some snow shoveling I need to do. But I wanted to say thank you, everybody, for hanging out here. Thanks to the Elegoo team for helping set this up. This was a blast hanging out with everybody this morning. Hopefully you guys got your pre-orders in. If you didn't, there are links here in the description of the video, in the chats, hopefully, to pick one up for yourself. Get yours pre-ordered, $299.99 for the Centauri Carbon, and then $199.99 for the panelist version of this same 3D printer, 256 by 256 by 256 build volume, all that good stuff. Really fast, great quality machine. Elegoo has, I think, honestly knocked it out of the park with this printer. And I'm, again, so appreciative that they took their time and did not rush this printer out. I saw this last spring, got an update back in August, and then finally got my hands on it in December. They took their time making sure that the quality of this was really good. So I'm super excited to see, and go check out. There's, I mentioned it earlier. I sat down yesterday and went on YouTube, just YouTube alone, and searched Centauri Carbon. You can go ahead and do this yourself. Search for Centauri Carbon, sort by release date or whatever it is, like most recent, and just go through. There were, I think, 60 plus channels, big and small, showing off this 3D printer. Not just me, not just Frankly Built, not just the 3D printing nerd. They have a wide variety of people that they've sent this out to, which is awesome to see. And I can't even imagine there's even more on Instagram and TikTok and other platforms that people are also hanging out and chatting on. But hey, thanks so much for watching, everybody. Have an awesome day. Have an awesome week. I'll have some more videos here coming soon. Get your pre-order if you didn't already. Love you all, and I'll see you next time. Bye now. I got to figure out how to end this. This isn't a video. This isn't I go right into the video mode. I go right into my exit video mode. I gotta end the stream. End the stream. Here we go. Hey, thanks everybody. See you next time.